Okay, from the last class we were able to talk about counting, okay, and I mentioned counting using the Arabic numerals, I also talked about place value, okay. I talked about place value. Place values come as units, okay, thousand, units, tens, hundreds, and then thousand, and so on and so forth, right? Okay, so that's what I did in the last class, and I said, okay, so you try this. If you have 203, okay, so how many units are here? Okay, so the unit is 3, the tens is 0, and the 100 is 2, right? So that's what it is. If you follow this correctly, then you understood what I did in the last class. So now let's look at something about our mathematics. We are going to look at what we call operations in mathematics. Okay, operations in mathematics. Now, in mathematics, there are basic operations that we do. Basic operations like addition. We also have subtraction. We have division, and we have multiplication. Okay, so these are the operations that we do in mathematics. These are the operations. Alright, so that's what we do with numbers. When we have numbers, what do we do with them? We add them. We can either decide to add numbers, we can either decide to subtract, we can decide to multiply or divide, depending on what the occasion demands. And in mathematics, many of the things that you'll be doing in mathematics will just be about knowing when to add, when to subtract, when to multiply, and when to divide. That's what you're going to be doing basically in mathematics. Alright, so let's start with the basics of addition. Okay, so how did addition come about? Let's say I have 5 oranges, and you gave me 2 oranges, and I added it to my 5 oranges. So the question is, how many oranges would I have now? Okay, so that simply is written as a mathematical expression, which is 5 plus 2. Now, this 5 plus 2 is a mathematics language, okay? It's the way mathematics communicates with numbers. So we have 5 plus 2 equal to 5 is the number, and this plus sign here is called an operator. It's called the addition operator. So it is telling us to add 2 to 5. Okay, so 5 plus 2 will now give us 7. How did we know that? Remember, we were talking about 5 oranges, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then plus another 2 oranges. This is quite basic if you have already been doing mathematics. So this is 5 plus 2, okay, so we are adding it together. So that means we are getting the total. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's 7 oranges. So that's how addition works on a very basic note. Okay, so what about the subtraction? Subtraction tells us remove, subtract. So it tells us to remove. Okay, so how do we let's say I had 10 oranges and I gave out 3 to my very good friend. Okay, I gave out 3 oranges to my very good friend. Okay, only 3. Yeah, only 3. I like to keep the major of what is left. Okay, so that would mean that I had 10 oranges and I removed 3. Okay, so this is 10. The sign tells us to remove. This is the subtraction sign. It's called the minus sign. So the addition sign has the plus, and the addition has plus sign. Subtraction has minus sign. Then the division sign can be like this, or it can be like this, or it can be this. Okay, now whenever you see this, you're going to see a number up here and a number down here. Okay, so to differentiate this from this. Okay, and then the multiplication sign is this guy. I seen that. So when we see this, this is telling us to remove. Okay, so let's say I had 10 oranges. This is an equal sign to tell, which is telling us to write the equivalent of what this is over here. Whatever the result of this is, write it over here. That's what this sign is telling us. Okay, so let's say I had 10 oranges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, I'm to remove 3. I remove 1, 2, and 3. How many is left? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Yeah, so that means I have 7 left. That's it. Okay, so you see, mathematics is just this simple. Like, whatever level you learn maths to, if you understand this and you can apply this to that level, man, you're good. Alright, so that's that. Then let's say we have that's for the division. Let's take sorry, that's for the subtraction. Let's take to the division. Let's say, okay, I have 10 oranges, and I'm to share it to 2 persons. I'm to share 10 oranges to 2 persons. Okay, so that would be 10 divided by 2. Why? Because I am sharing. Sharing means dividing. Okay, so what would that give me? So first of all, I go for 10 oranges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I have 2 persons. I have this guy, Paul. And I have this guy, Peter. Okay? Please, if your name is Paul, your name is Peter, this does not look like you, okay? This is an animated character. Alright, so if I'm sharing 10 to those 2 persons, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go give 1 to this guy, I give 1 to this guy. Give 1 to this guy, I give 1 to this guy. Give 1 to this guy, I give 1 to this guy. Give 1 to this guy, I give 1 to this guy. Give 1 here, I give 1 here. So now look at it. How many has gone to this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many has gone to this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means when we share 10 things among 2 people, each of them are going to take 5. Right? So that's what this is saying. Okay. That's for division. It's that simple. We could have other levels. Now let's go to multiplication. Let's look at multiplication. Okay, so what does multiplication tell us? Multiplication tells us to repeatedly add. Okay, instead of doing addition repetitively, okay, we just simply multiply. Okay, how does that work? Let's say that we have 2 persons. Okay, sorry, we have 5 persons, and each of them have 3 apples. We have 5 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. These 5 persons, each of them have 3 apples. 3 apples. Okay, so we want to know, so in all, how many apples do we have here? How many apples do we have here? So, okay, fine, we can just say, let's add it. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, and then we will get the total. So let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. That's a whole lot. So that means they have 15 apples. But instead of us doing this repeated addition, why don't we just say, since there are 5 persons and each of them have the same number of apples, so that means we can say 3 times 5. Okay, 3 multiplied by 5. That's where multiplication comes in, repeated addition. So we now have 15. Okay, so isn't that simple? So that is that simple. Okay, so this is the basics of mathematics. You enjoy this, right? So that's that. We are going to look at more examples. That, you know, what we have been doing so far has been addition. Remember, we are adding digits. Okay, we are adding digits, except in this case where we use a 10. Okay, but what we have been doing has been addition of digits, subtraction of digits, division, okay, except when we did division, and then multiplication has been on digits. So what if we were to be multiplying tens, and then hundreds, and then thousands? So we are going to look into that sooner in the next one.